osawre uru. Osawre kendo osawre. Kakado kuom wuondala Oburu Odinga. To kod Raila Odinga gi Mama Ida. Agonu erokamano kuom luongo waka mondo wadhi wabudh gi josakwa. Anna mondo ka biro ka saa 4 e wang'. To gimomora kabisa is the work that the national museums, working with the Odinga family, have done to make this place a national place, a national museum. I've gone around. It is fantastic. I think this is built for the future. So I thank the National Museum and the Odinga family for giving us such a good inheritance from Jaramogi. So thank you very much. Mara reyo kora do wachuk doluo. Ana biro ka nike juager no wacho ni Raila luongowa mondo wabi wabudh gi josakwa moa loka to gi moa koni. Ting'eni an basedhi loka South Nyanza. Mayudo kuonde moko luongo ni Kakelo, sikunde moko ni Ndiru, Rata, monyisa ni magi joseme. So I came particularly to learn a lesson. Ere kaka wanyalo riwore joma nodhi loka gi joma nika. And I have learned a lot. Let me confess. I said somo Raila's book, Flames of Freedom. And I'm very impressed how he can trace his lineage in that book. I can't. Ananyalo dhi kwara moro ni pande Nyong'o nyawango gwal tatieko. Koro modongo ma okro wachgi. Lakini aseneno kawuono ni nyalo timo research, mitim history maber, ming'e kaka kumiae gi weteni to gi kwareni maber kabisa. This is something I've learned either. I don't know how you people do it, but it's a lesson worth learning. Ingeni kidi America, ibiro yudo kama New London, New Haven. Kidi Ulaya, yudo London, gi Heaven. Joka kano di America to okwigio wili kumane giae. New York. Kuro gichako nying kumane giae mondo wi nyithindgi kik wil. To samoro ino ka in America, tiyudo jomoko mon York makocha gi New York, nigi society moro mariwogi. This is something very important. So I think, thank you so much, the Odinga family, for showing us this as an example of what we should do all of us, like Jim said. So I've really learned a lot today by coming here. Coming here early, Mama Susan gave me some tea. I've really learned a lot. Thank you so much. Now, let me just say something very brief before I sit down, because I think the time is also very late for some of you who are going far. There is currently a lot of talk as Raila goes to the AU about change, about whatnot. Some people are even talking, I've seen in the papers, that one of the biggest achievements of our Constitution, and Raila, you know how we struggled for this, Jim, you know that, one of the biggest achievements of the Constitution of 2010 was devolution, was definitely devolution. And most Kenyans will agree that devolution had made a lot of change in Kenya. Now you can fund services in the village which were never there. Health services, ECDs, Yore, Nakadalika. Now some people are now beginning to debate about counties. New counties should be reduced, should be made fewer, and so on. If you want to say anything about the Constitution, let us talk about the Constitution in total. Let's go back to Bomas and review the Constitution. Personally, if you ask me, the counties are here to stay. The only thing we can discuss at Bomas is how best can we improve our politics so that the politics of tribalism is buried. I'm a civil. The politics of tribalism is buried. Now, even yes, we are working together with Ruto and so on, but look at how appointments are done in the ministries, in permanent secretaries and so on. And yet Parliament cannot discuss that meaningfully. Personally, if we went back to Bomas today, what would I propose to kill tribalism or control it better would be to have a parliamentary system of government where people form political parties. They are free to form political parties, go to elections. If you don't get enough vote, you form a coalition with others and you form a government. It's a much better democratic government than at the present, where you have presidential election and then people compete on tribal lines, and once somebody gets there representing his tribe, appointment in state bodies are tribal. I'm a civil. So I think let us be very, very frank with Kenyans, especially those of us who have been in the forefront of taking this country forward like the Luo people. There is no doubt whatsoever. You go to Tom Mboya, you go to Chinguneko, Arwin Skodek, name them. Odinga, most of all. These are the people at the hardest of times took risks to show this country where it was going. Then Raila came and gave us leadership, took risks to show where Kenya is going. And we have never wavered, like Nyong'o said, to follow that footsteps. And therefore, I think if people are talking about change of the constitution, let's go back to Kenya, to Bomas. Let's not say let's abolish counties as if it is something that was given to you by your mother. It was a struggle. It was a struggle. People struggled for it. And there was a reason why counties were established, 47 of them. Because even then, people were proposing 14. And we refused. We said, no, let the people decide so that they are better represented by counties, by devolution. So I think let's be very clear. I know that as Raila is still alive, whether at AU or whatever, but he's still there. And so it is just a phone call away. We can have Zoom. What stops us from having Zoom meetings? We can have Zoom meetings and get his advice and move forward. And we can institutionalize that very efficiently. So have no fear. Have no fear, ladies and gentlemen. Have no fear, fellow Kenyans. Have no fear, Josakwa. Have no fear, Jo Kenya. Bwana Yesu asifiwe.
Maneno word padre. Korangene, our levels of sugar are not doing very well. Joe, can you come back here and continue with the program? Asante.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Jim. Thank you for taking over that part. Governor Nyong'o was speaking about devolution, talking of which I want to, at this juncture, recognize the speakers of the devolved governments that we have in the House, starting with the Speaker of the Home